Is that just a package? It is. Cool. Hold on. All right, we're just parked in the middle of the intersection. That's cool. So it was pretty rough for a hot minute there. I mean, there were a lot of unknowns, I think, for everybody when COVID was hitting, you know, like what the fuck? Like if the world is shut down, there's not going to be any weddings. And if there's no weddings or there's no family sessions, like, I mean, people will still shoot film. Like, you know, you and I were shooting personal work here and there, but it's nowhere near the volume that we need to keep the doors open, you know, or at least to like, you know, facilitate payroll for 20 people. But things started coming back, and we applied for PPP and we got it twice. And, you know, PPP basically is like whatever your payroll is for 2.5 months, you know? So we had 5 months of payroll covered, and that it's going to cover whatever your payroll is for that amount. And that's like basically saying like, okay, just worst case scenario, no work comes in, you have this money, right? Work was coming in. It wasn't anywhere near the volume, but we're starting to get a little bit back. But, you know, we're just a small little company in Orem, fucking Utah, you know? And I know there's other companies that got fucking millions of dollars, you know? And I don't know what those people did with it. I would hope they invested it back into their people, but that's what I decided to do. I was like, look, what I had to do was really shitty. Like I had to furlough everybody, and I want to somehow pay you back for that. So, you know, I mean, we can't give you a gazillion raises, you know, over and over and over again, but like what I think is sustainable is doing these trainings where once a month we'll take the day off, because that's the thing is the people that work at the lab are at some level, all of them, photographers, regardless of how novice or skilled they are. You've got some people that really have never shot film, and then a ton of people that, like, that's what they do. They shoot film all the time. So it started off just like, I've got that 15-person passenger van, right, with 6 kids, Callie and my mom living with us at the time. So I was like, and we didn't use it. So I was like, I'm gonna start using this for ours, and we'll go on these little excursions, like road trips, right? Because I would have already been doing these workshops, film school road trip. I was like, let's do this with the lab, and with the sole purpose of, one, obviously giving back to my team members, but just kind of creating and fostering that like environment of like, this is not a job. I mean, it is a job, but I don't want anyone at my lab working at the lab because, oh, this is a paycheck. Like, I want you to be there because you love what it is that you do. You love being part of this community, and you love being part of the family that we're trying to create. Even though I owned it, I wasn't really a part of it at all. You know, I just was the face of it. Like, I'd created it, Noel was managing it, and because of that, like, I didn't want to be there a lot. I didn't know what my role was. I didn't know where I would fit in. And, you know, a lot of people didn't know who I was. I just was this like faceless guy. I mean, they know who I am, like they know Jonathan Canlis, but like I was never in the trenches. I never was like doing stuff. And that all kind of changed with COVID. Like, I think there was like 6 months where no matter what, if you sent film to our lab, I touched it because I sleeved everything by my fucking self. All day, just like cutting people's legs and archiving them because there wasn't anybody else to do it. Like, I wouldn't want you to think that I'm any better than you or I'm on a different level than you. Like, I'm the owner, but I'm taking out the trash, you know? I'm the owner, but I'm in there in the back, like sleeving, doing the stuff that like most people don't want to do, you know? I want people that work at the lab to like, when they have kids, brag to their kids, like, dude, I had this job. You know, and it wasn't just a job. Like I'm trying to create like a family environment. Like, you want to come, you're excited to be there because you're friends with all the people that are at the job with you in your department, in other departments, right? And above and beyond that, like, we're doing these super rad trips, man. Like, Today we're going to Goblin Valley. Never been there before, so we'll see how that goes. But to me, it's a very minimal way to give back to my team members, and also at the same time, like literally create longevity with them wanting to stay. You know, because when was the last time you had a job where they would give you a paid day off and then take you somewhere? I think it has been really team building. Like, so at the beginning, we made it so that like, if you couldn't come, it's no big deal. But if you don't come, I'm not paying you. You know, you don't get a paid day off just because you can't come. That doesn't work. You know? And then we were like, okay, so some people weren't coming, and I was like, look, man, the whole point of this is for us to get closer and to do like trainings. It's bonding, you know, like it's part of work. Like on this trip, Scanning's in charge of the trainings. I don't know what they're going to talk about, but they're going to basically go over a handful of things that other departments will never know about. In an ideal world, I'd love everyone in my lab to be able to like just kind of float. Like, you should be able to go into developing and know how to load the dip and dunks. You should be able to go into editing and be like, okay, cool, here's how I'm going to adjust Lightroom to get these files to like match this person's profile, right? And then above and beyond that, like, I want everybody to hang out. Like, I don't want it segregated, even though we're over like 3 different units, you know? And that's the thing, man. Like, we're hanging out in a house for 2 nights. There's going to be shenanigans, you know? And there's going to be like opportunities to like become friends with somebody, like genuine friends. Like, forget like, oh, it's just my work wife or like someone I know at work. Like, it's cool to see these people hang out so much outside of work. And I think that was all fostered with the environment that we're creating, that we want you to hang out with each other. I want you to like want to come into work. There's a certain caliber of work that we want to put out, and to do that, it takes a lot of hard work. And I don't want burnout. The second someone is like, oh shit, I don't want to be here, that's going to reflect in people's scans. It's going to reflect in the quality of work that we're sending to people. It's cool to see people rally around the lifestyle of shooting film and like kind of the fun that's found in it. Like, to see people get stoked on shooting and not seeing the results immediately. To be able to like kind of pre-visualize, and like you're watching people slow down. They're not taking 1,000 photos of whatever. You got like 36 or 12 or 16, and how this like one medium, like this, to some people, archaic medium has like brought all these people together. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm babbling now.